G'day ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I am Nick at Misplay Central and welcome to my red-yellow deck mill-out deck tech for Star Wars Destiny. As you can see in front of you, the characters I'm using are Padme Amidala at 2 and Admiral EAckbar also at 2, on the battlefield Otto Gunga of Naboo. Now, this is a deck that I built in set 1, and because of the limitations on mill in set 1, it eventually got replaced because it just wasn't good enough. The mill win condition doesn't trigger until the end of the turn, which means it's inherently flawed compared to survival victory. But this new set, Spirit of Rebellion, has buffed it up a little bit, which is pretty good. Immediately, I'm going to say that EAckbar could probably be replaced with Mon Mothma, if I had one, or rather two. They're the same points at Elite. Mothma has 2 focus sides. The only advantage EAckbar is really giving you is that he has his 1 discard side and his 1 gun side, but let's be honest, you're never going to kill them through damage. I feel like Mothma would be the appropriate character to put onto this team. Padme is necessary. Her ability interacts with your opponent's deck and not just their hand, and makes your mill-out strategy happen a lot faster. For the base, you have Otto Gunga from Naboo. Its claim effect is that it heals 1 damage from a character. This is a very good base to have because you're not aiming to kill them, so you don't care if they heal. When you claim it, you can heal, and that's very vital for your deck. In terms of upgrade, we're running 2 Lone Operative. Now, this is one of the absolute vital cards in the deck. It gives you healing. It also has a 2 discard side on it. Healing is vital for this deck. You cannot win if you do not stay alive. And you are not going to kill them, so you have to consistently put up with them having 2 or more characters, unless they're running Palpatine. Healing 2 or 3 damage from your characters is absolutely insane. If you've got 2 of them in play, you can heal between 4 and 6 from your characters a turn. This is godly. The other vital card is Second Chance. Obviously, if you don't know what Second Chance does by now, I don't know what to tell you. Get out of here. It's a yellow character only upgrade that before a character would be defeated, it heals 5 damage instead, and then you discard Second Chance. This card is amazing. Keeps your characters alive and it frustrates people. We are running 2 copies of Scout. The other one is in the deck somewhere. It's an upgrade that looks at an opponent's hand and discards the cheapest card from it. We're also running Cunning because we run a lot of special abilities, and Cunning lets us use them a lot more. Cunning essentially gives you between 3 and 4 Lone Operatives if you're lucky enough to have them all out at once. It's very important and very vital. If I had copies of them, I would probably run 2 copies of Mars's Goggles. It's basically Scout, except you can pick any event as opposed to the cheapest card. That is, as far as I would say, for upgrades, abilities. Getting now into supports, we have Double Dealing at 2. This is a new support where after you roll a special on one of your dice, you exhaust it to gain a resource. With the amount of specials you have in the deck, that's incredible. You have Spynet, again a 1-cost support, where after you roll a focus, you can exhaust it to mill a card from your opponent's deck. If you've got 2 of them in play, when you roll the focus, you get to mill 2 cards from the opponent's deck, which is incredible. We also are running currently a single copy of both C-3PO and R2-D2. I might consider upping the count on those to 2 each, just because you can have makes it easy to get them into play. However, they are unique characters, so you can only have 1 on the board at a time. 3PO's power is very good. You remove it to resolve 1 other dice showing as if it was showing a different symbol, which means you can make any of your dice resolve at their special sides, or you know, one of their other sides if you've got the correct number on them. This is very strong, but R2 is one of the most abusable supports in the game right now. His special, which has a 1 in 3 chance of happening, is resolve 1 of your dice, increasing its value by 2. Now, what makes this so abusable is that you have a lot of focus in the deck. Sorry, he adds 1 to the value, not 2. You have a lot of focus in your deck, and because you are resolving R2's special when you resolve the focuses with it, What it means is you can go R2 special, resolve a focus at, say, 2, change other dice to specials, and then continue resolving them. It's very, very strong, and I think specials are always going to be one of the most abusable parts of this game. Beyond that, you've got some general use cards. Now, these three here, block, dodge, and defensive position, are spot removal. They are absolutely vital for keeping yourself alive. They take out your opponent's damage. That should be really obvious. Hyperspace jump is used for one, getting back onto Auto Gunga if you don't win the initiative roll, but also for making turns end. This can be absolutely vital if you get down to the last turn and you've completely milled them out, but they have the damage on board. Being able to just end that turn is absolutely vital. Scavenge is not 100% a godly card in this deck. It's mostly there so you can get your second chances back. It does mill you 3, so you have to keep ahead of your opponent on that mill curve, and Scavenge kind of stops that, but having second chance is absolutely vital. Cheat lets you get back a card from your discard pile, again for your second chance, or whatever's vital at the time. Field Medic heals 2 damage from a character, that's amazing. And All In is less vital in this deck than you would think, being that you have a lot of focuses. You do have a lot of focus in the deck, and All In is fantastic in most decks that run focus. However, you do generally get to resolve all of your dice quickly anyway. So All In loses a lot of traction there because most of your dice are homogeneous. Beyond telling you what cards are in the deck, I can tell you that the deck has a not significant, but it's not a small learning curve either. You do have to be right on the money with when you play cards, when you use abilities. You have to know when to claim the base. You have to know when to play certain cards, when you can afford to take risks. And as I said, I would probably change EAckbar to Mothma as soon as I got some. The one discard that EAckbar offers is probably offset by the 2 focus sides on Mothma's die. They have the same health and the same points, so I think it's a pretty easy change. There's no real step 1 setup to this deck. You've got to follow what the deck gives you and use it to your best advantage, although I will say having Spy Nets out makes your win condition a lot more easy than not having it out. Beyond that, give the deck a try. It's interesting to discover but it's interesting to explore alternate win cons beyond just killing them with damage, and I have a lot of fun piloting this deck. This has been Nick at Misplay Central, and I hope to see you again later. Bye!